Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know I have been putting up videos over the past couple of months speaking about getting your mindset straight, speaking about radiating positivity, and I also mentioned that I slip sometimes, but then I make a conscious effort to build myself up. I'm here to talk to you about something similar today, and technically this is also what I would like to tell my younger self, but also to the people watching my videos. um, I had a really bad anxiety attack last night, and I'm not like ashamed to admit it, though I feel really stupid now that I look back. But at that moment, my brain stopped working. It went on for a good 2.5, 3 hours, and I didn't know what was going on. I have been dealing with some kind of mental stress lately, which I wasn't being able to put my finger upon till I sat down today and thought about it. For all those who've been watching my previous videos, you know that I like to live by the mindset of thinking positively and thinking of the best case scenario rather than the worst case scenario. But yesterday I had a really bad slip up where I just couldn't think. I woke up feeling anxious. I spent the entire day doing things to distract myself, and I actually had a really pleasant day because I disassociated my thoughts with what I was doing at the moment. Had a relatively pleasant evening, but it all got back to me in the night. And I had the uneven breathing issue, the pounding of the ears, and you know how an anxiety attack goes. And if this is triggering you at all or anything inside, please feel free to X out of this video. So to my surprise, it took me a relatively long time to calm down in comparison to how quickly I can do it otherwise. And when I realized that, okay, I'm still not feeling 100%, I went and sat with my mom, who obviously gauged that something's not great with this human being sitting in front of me. So let's ask what's wrong. And the moment she started questioning me, I burst into tears and started blabbering like a baby. And I spoke about certain things that were angering me, which I didn't even consciously realize that these were things that were bothering me, but they may have been like really small things that were blowing out of proportion now because I hadn't addressed it. I hadn't spoken to myself about why I was feeling a certain way about the situation and what it was triggering. And obviously, at that moment when I was having my outburst, I didn't realize the things I'm telling you now. At one point, I stopped venting and I told my mom, you need to give me a solution because I don't know what's happening. I'm losing my mind. And she spat out a bunch of things that were really, really practical. And I kept saying no, no. And I, like she says, you always have an answer for everything that goes against what I'm saying. So she said, maybe you need to speak to a professional. And that, for some reason, really triggered me, even though I have no shame in admitting the fact that I was in therapy for quite a while in 2019 and a little bit of 2020, after which I was lucky enough to get a life coach that changed my outlook on life, and which is why I'm able to come here and talk to you about my more positive experiences with bending the rules of reality. But anyway, that really hit me at that moment because I was like, I thought I've healed 100%. Why do I need to go back? I'm pretty positive I have yelled this towards my mom, and I feel terrible for doing that. But I said, why do I need to go through a whole new healing process when I've already done the work to heal from my previous scars? And I know I messed up back then, but I didn't do anything now. This is nothing to do with me. And just forget it. I'll deal with this on my own. And obviously I stormed out and calmed down after bed and went to bed. And when I woke up this morning to meditate, a couple of things hit me, which were like hard pills to swallow. Actually, also basically why I'm making this video is that, one, I was getting affected by things that people were doing around me. It was nothing to do with the fact that I was angry with myself or things that I was doing. And secondly, I learned that healing is not a linear process. I got cut off in the previous clip, but I was saying healing is not a linear process. And I know we've read these things on the internet, but it is extremely hard for me to understand this at times, that there are certain trigger points that I still need to work on. And just because these things don't occur so often, that doesn't mean that that part needs to be shoved inside and not addressed at all, because it could happen again, much like it did last night. And also, I used to always preach from the bottom of my heart that stop letting other people's behavior patterns control you so much. And I felt like quite an idiot, but to be honest, also really relieved when I found myself saying that back to myself this morning. My point is, I didn't have a particular point to make for this video. I just wanted to speak about the fact that everybody has bad days, but don't let it define you. Sitting down and talking to yourself is the best way to find solutions, because all the answers are within you. You just need to speak to yourself, and please learn to speak to yourself kindly. Don't drag yourself down. That being said, I'm not saying blame other people for everything that's upsetting you, but also realize why, if you are blaming other people, why that is affecting you. Dig down to the root, really, because there is something that you probably need to heal from, and then do what you gotta do to heal, man. So the more I went on speaking, right now I've realized that this video was more for me than it was for anybody else. But if it can help somebody, knowing that you are not alone when you're having these emotions, and it's not wrong to have these emotions, go through it, feel through it, learn from it if you can, and know that it's completely 100% okay. And also know that as cliche as it sounds, things are not 100% what they look like on the internet. Everything is not sunshine and roses and positivity. And don't compare yourself to another person's process, because everybody's going through something. And remember to always be kind, but have your boundaries set. And I hope you have a great week ahead.